for just over an hour. We've nearly sold out completely for March 26th, and they still love you here, mate, which is great news, and you can see that from the turnout here today. Thank you to everyone for turning up. And what a fight, March 26th. Josh Warrington will rematch Kiko Martinez in a bid to become a two-time world featherweight champion, a fight that completely came out of the blue. I think roller coaster is a word that doesn't even do justice to the last couple of years for Josh Warrington. Vacated his title to chase the big fights, had what was supposed to be a friendly run out, which ended up being far from that, suffered defeat, came back, filled up Headingley, rematched Maurizio Lara, obviously a fight that ended with a cut and a technical draw, and from there said to me, I want to go to America. You know, I want to take my fans to America for a big fight, whether that's the Lara trilogy, whether that's Santa Cruz, get me over there. Fast forward to November in Sheffield, and one of the most thrilling comebacks, upsets, whatever you want to call it, when Kiko Martinez knocked out Kid Galahad in Sheffield to become, again, a two-time world champion. And then from there, turned around and said, I want Josh Warrington. I believe I beat him last time in Leeds, and I believe I'll knock him out this time. Fast forward to a phone call to Josh, who wasn't expecting it, you know, didn't really get a moment to think about a fight with Kiko or becoming a two-time world champion. Obviously accepted instantly, and now we have a time to make history, a fantastic arena with Josh Warrington attempting to become a two-time world champion and open up those doors again for the big unification fights in America. We'll speak to those guys shortly. We've got a huge card. We'll start with Marley Wright. Yeah. Welcome. Great performance from you at Headingley as well. Back in Leeds, 9,000, all the noise, ready to make another statement in your home city.
Yeah, it should be good. Had my first fight in Headingley. Thanks for letting me get on that. First fight, first show, first person to ever fight at Headingley Stadium, so thanks for giving me that honour. Looking at the lineup, it looks like I'll be fighting first again, so I'll take it. But just great to get out on cards like this. Just thanks to my team, my trainer, my coaches and my manager for getting me out, and thanks to you and Josh for putting on these big shows, and just can't wait for Josh to get that world title back. No offence, Kiko, but Josh is getting that back, and I'll get my W as well.
Good luck, Marley. Look forward to seeing you on the card. Corey O'Regan, you may be first or second with Marley. It'll be a coin flip for you, but obviously big platform for you, and looking forward to progressing a professional career.
Yeah, obviously the opportunity is it's what you want in it as a boxer. This is where you want to be on these big shows. So obviously thanks to Steve Wood, yourself. Obviously it's a big occasion and a big fight for me, do you know what I mean, on the big stage in Leeds. So yeah, obviously to put on a good performance now is what I want to do.
Good luck March 26th. Hopi, we know, thanks for coming today, because you've got business to take care of February the 12th. Looks like a busy 2022 for you, but obviously fighting back in Leeds. You are running out at Alexandra Palace on February the 12th, but March 26th will be a title fight for you, 10 rounds, and obviously the perfect stage to start making a real big statement in 2022.
Perfect stage, you know, like I said, I'm boxing on February 12th on the Ryder Jacobs bill as well, so I wanted to keep busy. I've been training all over New Year. I feel like I'm improving massively as a fighter, and I want the chance to show that, and you and Matchroom has given me the opportunity to have 2 fights, but yeah, business to take care of on the 12th, but then I'm back home in Leeds, so I'm going to make a statement every time I'm going to fight from now on, just as I did in Headingley. I'm going to do the same thing on this bill.
I mean, you still look young and you're very handsome, but you don't look as young as you used to. You know, you look like you're sort of moulding in this professional game and you know, taking big steps early. But when we talk about you were taking big steps like a year ago now. So, you know, you must feel that you're starting to move towards, you know, the bigger end of the domestic titles, and the confidence must be flying. Yeah,
the confidence is flying. I feel like I stepped up massively last year, and I believe that it won't be long. I believe towards the end of the year we'll start looking towards the domestic titles.
Well, one of our big prospects at Matchroom. Look forward to seeing you coming up with a busy 2022. Another huge prospect for us, Dalton Smith. Dalton, welcome. Big card for you. Unfortunately, after agreeing a fight with Kay Prosper, he decided he didn't fancy it anymore, which was a bit disappointing news last night, but shows the level of the opposition you'll be in with on March 26th. And again, I know you're probably a step ahead of Hopi in terms of that development, looking for a British title ASAP against Sam Maxwell, and looking to make major noise in 2022.
That's it, and I think it was up until last night, you know, the Prosper fight was on, and I know he was asking for that fight for over a year, so, and I know you was excited about that fight as well, and so was I, but, you know, it's one of them things, and like you say, last year I pushed on, you know, I had some good names on my record last year, and, you know, for me now it's, you know, pushing through, putting a stamp on the domestic scene and pushing towards that British title towards the end of the year, but yeah, it's, I'm looking forward to the 26th now, hopefully get another opponent in and, you know, start the year off with a bang.
I know you had COVID at the start of the year. You were due to fight February the 12th as well. Is that kind of like, do you feel that's given young prospects the impetus to go and move a little bit quicker? Because obviously you've probably been 1 or 2 fights more inactive than you would have wished in your career, and just realised that you've got the ability to move. So why not? You know, looking for a tough fight, tough 10-round championship fight on March 26th, and like you say, ready to throw yourself in with Maxwell and all of the likes.
Yeah, that's it, and it's, you know, I'm 9 fights in now, and, you know, every fight I've had, it's been a step up. You know, I've shown that little bit more each fight. You know, the main thing for me was getting the rounds in, and to get 10 rounds my last fight, but that was one of the main things, you know, for me to add to my my armoury and get the rounds in. But I just feel like every fight I'm in now, I'm moulding into a great professional. I'm maturing, I'm feeling stronger, and yeah, it's just about pushing on those, you know, the next levels now.
I look forward to seeing you back in action. Tremendous prospect. Be fighting for major titles in 2022. 3 World Championship fights on this card, and this one's a cracker. Ebanie Bridges will be taking on Cecilia Roman for the IBF World Bantamweight title. Ebanie, probably the toughest fight in the division. Roman, long-standing champion, very, very tough, very, very experienced. It's been well documented about, you know, other options you were given, 8 rounds, 10 rounds, certainly easier fights as well, but back in Leeds, an opportunity to become world champion, massive moment.
Yeah, definitely, you know. Look, as I said from the start, you know, I'm not here to fuck spiders, you know, and I've said that over and over, and I'm not here to stuff around. You know, I want to have the good fights, I want to have the big fights, you know. I want to have the fights that I get excited about, I want to have the fights that the fans get excited about. And Cecilia Roman, yeah, she's well experienced. I think it's like her 6th or something title defense. You know, she's Argentinian, you know, they're tough, and she's going to come and fight. And what better city to do it in than Leeds, you know? And I'm so excited to be back here in my adopted city of Leeds, to be fighting in the arena. I've heard some great, you know, things about the arena and the atmosphere there, and to be able to fight for a world title again, and here, it's just amazing for me. So thank you.
Big move for you last year, coming over and sort of making that move to the UK, but now with Mark Tibbs in Essex, you have it's a full-time move. Great trainer. I know you're really enjoying your time down there and feeling well prepared, 7 weeks out?
Yeah, exactly. You know, obviously, previously, you know, I've travelled, I jet set around the world before every fight. You know, I go from Australia to Philadelphia, back to over here, and it's a lot of settling and a lot of travel. And I just think, you know, where I'm at, especially with this fight, you know, like Roman's tough. You know, I need to really just, it's all those 1% that count. And, you know, training down there with Mark Tibbs, being in the UK and settling here and staying here, I think is really going to help me. You know, Mark's an amazing trainer. He's one of the best in the country. And, you know, even his father, Jimmy Tibbs, they're watching on as well. There's a lot of experience there in that gym, and I'm feeling very confident with them in my corner.
And finally, the doors that this opens up. I mean, to win a world championship is a great achievement, but next weekend in Phoenix, we've got Jamie Mitchell fighting Carly Skelly. Obviously, Shannon Courtney lined up for the rematch for that. There's some huge fights in the division, and would be a life-changing moment if you could become world champion on March 26th.
Oh, definitely life-changing. You know, it's going to open up so many doors. It's being a champion is like one of the pinnacles, you know what I mean? And it just, you know, obviously the division's hot, the bantamweight division's, you know, been hot for a while now, and I'm excited for every single fight in the division, you know, and, you know, obviously I'm just focused on Roman. I think that's the most important thing for me right now, but obviously looking beyond, you know, it's only going to be exciting from there on.
Well, good luck and a tremendous fight. March 26th, Ebanie Bridges challenges for the IBF World title. The IBO World Lightweight title, another fight that just popped out of nowhere in the last few days. Maxi Hughes were in the search looking for an opponent, and Lee Eaton from MT come on and offered up Ryan Walsh, and I thought, this is a great fight. Ryan Walsh has got plenty of support coming up from East Anglia. Maxi Hughes, plenty of support as well. It's a domestic fight, great scrap. Ryan, well done, and I know you always ready, always looking for the fights, but out of the blue this one, and a really, really intriguing matchup.
I'm beyond excited. Yeah, Yeah, it's caused by a little bit by surprise. I was, as you know, made the mandatory for the British lightweight title, which I was happy about. And then this come along, and this was a no-brainer. I've got a lot of respect for Maxi and his team. I've done some reigns with Maxi. We have a bit of history, so I think this is the most excited I've been in boxing, and I've been in boxing for 21 years, so you should expect the best from me, and I expect the best from him.
You have been around a long time at featherweight, and much avoided, really, in the featherweight division. And I guess by the time some of those big fights come, you were kind of done with featherweight, really. Must have been a killer to make that weight for so long. But up now at lightweight, bet you're feeling a lot more comfortable, eating a lot better, and feeling strong as well.
You've nailed it. Everything you just said is true. My oldest brother's been telling me to be a lightweight for the last 3 years, at least. I mean, we forget with the pandemic where the years go, because it's been a crazy time. But no one's going to be happier than Michael Walsh to see me at lightweight. He's been saying it for a long time. We don't want no excuses in boxing. We want to perform our best. So I think at lightweight, it gives me my chance to perform at my best.
And finally, Maxi Hughes, Cinderella man. I mean, everyone in boxing has plenty of respect for him, but has really become a real world lightweight contender. You know, victories against John O'Carroll, Gavin Gwynn, and moving on. And obviously, the win last time out was a great victory against Straffon. And confidence is flying. It's going to be a tough night.
For sure. We know Maxi probably better than anyone knows Maxi. Liam's fought him, Liam's beat him. I seen Maxi in the car park, and Josh and his dad. And I looked at Maxi and I thought, that was it. So Cinderella man is the perfect tag you can put on this man. He showed that for what I seen in that car park, I thought he was done. After he fought my brother, I thought he was done. His comeback is one of the best comebacks from a defeat to the stage he's at, and you can only tip your hat to him. Anyone who doesn't understand or appreciate that, you probably don't understand sports. It doesn't happen, you know. The last time we talked about a Cinderella man was James Braddock. I know the story of that. I love boxing. I love boxing history. And yeah, there you go. We've got our English version right there, and that's another fact.
You want to beat him, right?
But this is the thing. Wanting to beat someone, it means nothing. I'm working to beat him. I'm going to work. What you want, you don't get. Everyone in this room will understand that. You don't want what you get. You work for what you want. You know, you work for what you get. And I have no doubt he's going to be working hard to keep his title. And I've got everything to gain. Absolutely nothing to lose. He's the champion. There's no pressure on me. We're in his city. You know. I've never been in this position. I've been the champion for 7 years as a domestic champion, and all the pressure rides on the champion. I know what it's like to be a champion in that sense. Not a world champion, but I'm so excited. And I haven't had a good away there. Neither of our fans, we haven't been to Leeds. This is the first time I've actually been to Leeds probably in my life. And I'm already impressed, so... What was that?
You like it?
Yeah, I do, yeah. As soon as I got... And another thing is, all the people I've talked to, and this has been out, what, 2 hours, I think, this has been announced. Every single phone call that I've received in that time, oh, so it's brilliant. Leeds is brilliant for a night out, so all my lads and ladies coming, they're buzzing, so I'm buzzing. How can you not be excited?
Good stuff. They'll have a great night, I guarantee it. Maxi, definitely the most loved man in British boxing, but must get a bit tired of that now. You know, you want to go out there and make a statement in the big fights. And this fight, you know, an interesting one, really. Some of the names we were looking at, good fighters, but might not have whetted the appetite of the British public. This one has been very well received. Someone you know very well, and a real tough fight.
Yeah, I've got some history with Walsh brothers. Was actually my mate over there, Liam. And Liam's given me permission to say this. Although I lost that fight to him, I can officially say I retired Liam. So, and I said when this fight got put to me, I says, it's a shame because me and Liam speak on phone and that, and obviously Ryan said I've helped him out past in his fights to sparring, but, you know, we've said we're professional, you know, we'll get on with business in the ring, and then we're back to being pals after that. So, yeah. It's nice, you know what's nice, coming here today and getting that part back again, because when I'm back at home, I'm full-time pro now, so, you know, I've got to tie that in with being house husband, so, you know, I don't get that same respect at home as I do here, so it's nice to be let off at lead and, you know, and keep patting me on back like it's nice.
Keeps you humble, though, right?
It does, very humble, yeah, you know. Since becoming pro, you know, I've allowed me and my wife we've allowed ourselves a couple of treats. Now I'm full time, you know, obviously matchroom fighter, the wages are a bit better, so, you know, twice a week, caviar and chips. Probably a meal you like yourself, Eddie.
Very nice, very nice. One thing that's changed for you, though, like you generally, you know, Ryan just said it there, he's got nothing to lose. You've actually now got everything to lose. I mean, you know, you're in a position where you were fighting for so long, you know, against Jono in all these fights, almost with nothing to lose. Now you're defending that title, but also you're defending potentially that beautiful phone call that comes, and Michael Mickinson had one recently, you know, where you just get that life-changing opportunity to fight a champion or a huge fight abroad. And if you slip up now, that phone call will never come. Does that change the mentality a little bit for you?
Not personally for me, no, because I think I've been the away fighter, the challenger for so long. That's how I think about fights. I did an interview earlier before this, and this is how's that mindset going in. You know, you're now defending that title, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah, so I am. Yeah. And like the way I see it is, I'll keep that hungry mindset, like you said. As long as I keep winning and keep performing the way I have, then big phone calls can come. I can change mine and my family's life forever. So my mindset is, I've got to go and get that title. I've got to go and rip that title to make sure that it stays. You know, it comes back to me. So that's what sort of mindset I'm going in with. That's still that hungry challengers mentality. Because, you know, I said it in the build-up to the Strathron fight. It says, this ain't just going to be a one-off. You know, the attention, the interviews, and all this. This is how I want to keep living, you know, for the rest of my boxing career. I want to be full-time, these big nights, these press conferences. This is how I want to be, so that's the mindset that I approach everything with.
Well, two great lads, tremendous fight, IBO World Title Champion Maxi Hughes against Ryan Walsh. We go to the IBF World Featherweight title. We'll start with the champion, Kiko Martinez, and our friend and translator down there as well, Kiko. Just the most incredible moment in Sheffield last time out, the smile on your face, but you seem to walk in here with a different kind of confidence now ahead of your world title defense in Leeds.
Sí, Kiko, obviamente fue una noche impresionante cuando te vimos la última vez. La sonrisa que tuviste en la cara después de la pelea fue impresionante, pero vienes con más confianza esta vez, como una mentalidad diferente, ¿verdad?
Sí, con la misma mentalidad, ¿no? Con la misma mentalidad. Bueno, perdón. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Marlon. Vengo con la misma mentalidad de ganar y de ganar rápido y de volver a sorprender al mundo, porque creo que aún me queda por demostrar al mundo del boxeo, y la verdad que vengo muy ilusionado y muy contento, muy feliz de volver a reinar en el mundo.
Yeah, so I kind of come with the same mentality really, and that's to win, and to win quickly, and to surprise the world once again. This time I'm coming into it, you know, I'm really happy, I'm really delighted to show that I can reign once again at this level.
I remember that after that fight, you know, we talked about the Galahad rematch, we talked about other fights as well, but the fight that you were quite insistent on was the Josh Warrington fight. You know, you believe you should have won that fight last time, and this time you believe you'll win again. Do you believe you'll win this fight inside the distance?
Sí, obviamente, después de la pelea hablamos de la próxima pelea, la posibilidad de hacer la revancha con Kid Galahad, pero tú insistías que querías la revancha con Josh Warrington porque pensaste que ganaste. ¿Piensas que vas a ganar, lo vas a noquear esta vez y no va a la distancia?
Sí, tengo que salir a noquearlo, volveré a ganarle, pero esta vez más rápido y sin ninguna duda.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way I need to go out. I'll go out once again to beat him, as I think I did last time, but this time I'll have to do it a bit quicker and get the KO.
And finally, your life has just changed completely. Victory for you on March 26th would open even more doors for perhaps a big unification fight as well. And you're full of confidence going into this fight.
Obviamente, esta pelea te abre más puertas, esta victoria, si llegas a ganar, la posibilidad de unificar, y supongo que llevas como una posibilidad de cambiar tu vida después de esta pelea también.
Sí, esa es la idea, ¿no? Hacerle la vida más fácil a mis hijas, a mi familia, y sobre todo hacer una historia aún más grande antes de irme del deporte.
Yeah, so before retiring from the sport, I could go on to, you know, make even more history, make life easier for my wife and my kids, and to go on to be even more historic in this sport.
Thank you, Kiko.
Thank you.
Great man. Thank you. Josh, unbelievable. How did we end up here? I mean, you know, you re-signed with us. We talked about vacating and going and fight. You were supposed to fight Kanzu. The pandemic hit. You didn't get that. Leewood ends up beating Kanzu. You vacate a title to go and have a big fight. You fight Maurizio Lara, you get beat, you come back, you rematch him at Headingley. It's ended on a cut. Then we talk about a fight in America. Then all of a sudden a phone call comes and says, how do you fancy Kiko Martinez and a chance to become a 2-time world champion at Leeds Arena? I mean, just the most amazing 360. And must be really exciting, because I guess there was times where you thought, where am I going? And now you're just 7 weeks away from making history and becoming world champion again.
And that's Fighting for the City Part 2 in cinemas at March 26th. Sold it really well, yeah. I've said it on social media. It's funny how this sport works, and there's so many different things that's attached to that quote right there. Like you say, all that you just said, falls into that. I mean, me and Maxi Hughes had just finished an exhibition, and I walked in with a kebab for me and my missus when Kiko stood above Kid Galahad and he's the new champion. Shocked, unbelievable, and then I'm hearing over the next few days that Kiko wants to fight with myself, and next minute he's there on the table. So it's mind-boggling at times, but this is a massive opportunity because it gives me that key of power back. Gives me that key of power, because I lost it, I'll be honest. I lost it when I got chinned by Lara that first time. I was on top of the world, looking to walk into big fights with other champions, obviously, like you just said, re-signed myself, and was looking to take over the world. Storm, been number 1, ranked at featherweight for 3 years, and I was desperate just to fight and have one of the champions. That's all I wanted to do. Obviously, slipped up, had the rematch, but it's like come around full circle. And, Kiko Martinez, I shared the ring with him 5 years ago. And I didn't think I'd be fighting him 5 years later for my belt. I never lost that belt in the ring, so I can't wait to go. Obviously, it's a good chance for Kiko to silence these demons. He can, come and knock me out, whatever. And but I'll be ready. I'll be ready on March 26th.
You said to me after the Lara fight, Headingley, you either want, there's only 2 fights you want. You want to fight Lara again in a trilogy, or you want to go to America and take your fans over there. But it kind of feels like this is going to give you the key to that massive American fight, because we all knew that vacating that title was dangerous, because you lose the firepower of saying you've got a title for unification. But with your travelling fans, you will always have that. But this time around, it really feels like if you're victorious on March 26th, you can walk into virtually any unification fight in the division.
Well, this is it. That's a gamble that we took. We did take a gamble by vacating the belt, but I was meant to walk into a fight with Kanju, but obviously got chinned, and that went out window. Like you say, I've been desperate for so long to go over to the States and fight a big name over there. I feel like I've ticked a lot of boxes over here. This is the 11th time I've been at Leeds Arena. The only thing that's been there more than me is WWE. You can have like Rod Stewart, Tom Jones, all these big names. Fucking Josh Warrington 11 times, man. 11 times. So, I've done Manchester, I've done 2 stadiums now. It's obviously my support has been fantastic from day one. That Wednesday night we went there many years ago, it's just grown and grown and grown. And I just want to give my fans that opportunity to go watch the PAL fight in the States somewhere. So that's why we're desperate for that. Obviously, as well, I want to put that Lara saga to bed, because I want to be able to sit back and look at my career and say I beat every single man or I shared the ring with. But like you say, this is a massive opportunity because I have that key power back. I've got a title back. And people could say, well, I might fight Josh Warrington, but what does he bring to the table? Yeah, he's got a bit of fan base. Yeah, he might be a bit entertaining. He's got space red and that. But having that belt, it's just, yeah, right, well, we'll take a gamble against him. So we're back. March 26th, we're back.
And
come on.
And finally as well, I think the amazing thing about both of you in this fight, it kind of feels like the journey for someone will end on March 26th. I mean, you both got plenty of fights left in you, but both towards the back end of the career as well. Someone will lose on March 26th, and someone may be done with the sport of boxing. But Kiko comes very confident in this fight. I mean, you know, for 5 or 6 rounds, looked like he was, you know, on his way to a one-sided defeat to Kid Galahad. And just one thing we know he has is tremendous heart and power as well. But he chose you for this fight, so obviously believes that, you know, first fight was the first fight, and you thought you won, he thought he won, etc. But believes, as some may do, that the best Josh Warrington is behind him, and he feels that, you know, you're there for the taking on March 26th. That's a big mistake, I guess, as far as you're concerned.
A massive mistake. Can you say that someone's going to win or lose? I could just deadbutt him in first round and then we get technical draw again, couldn't I? But listen, Kiko's is shown. Like I said, 5 years ago, people said, "Oh, Kiko Martinez is finished." Look what he's gone on to do: win European title. He boxed Guy Russell Jr. That, you know, fight got stopped with a court, but he's gone on to win the world title. He's shown the true. He's a true testament to the word champion. And in his legend of the sport, I've got full respect to him. You know, it's funny as well, like I say, how this sport works. You know, like, he was meant to be my sparring partner for the Lara rematch, and you know, I guess he gets to have an opportunity to give me a dig, but with 8 ounce gloves on. But yeah, listen, I can't afford to be losing at this stage of my career. You know, all them talks of going on to fight a Lee Wood or a Mick Conlon or, you know, Navarrete, it all goes pissing in wind if I get chinned on March 26th, so I have to win. Simple as that. But Kiko wants to fight. Obviously, I'm very excited for the opportunity, and that's going to just add sparks and excitement. And it's funny because when I heard the rumours, and sometimes you hear the rumours in this boxing game, and said, I heard that, oh, Kiko wants to fight you, going back to his change rooms after and screaming, Warrington, Warrington. Next day, I'm in my shower at home, singing bloody Leeds songs. And, you know, Leeds fans will know the Kiko Casillo, Pablo Hernandez song. I changed the words to Kiko Martinez. I was in shower for about 20 minutes saying, Kiko Martinez is having a scrap with Josh Warrington. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tash were like, will you shut up, you fucking knobhead? But he's here now, he's on the table, and we get to go. So, like I say, I've got massive respect for Kiko Martinez, but March 26th, I'm the new.
Well, listen, it's a tremendous fight. 2 great champions. 2 great champions. March 26th collide for the IBF featherweight world title. Missed Leeds Arena. Heading Lee was great, but there's something very special about that Leeds Arena. We look forward to a tremendous night. Like I said, I think time we finish here, we're going to have less than 1,000 tickets left. Looks like we're going to be doing 7,000 or 8,000 tickets just today for this young man attempting to make history and become a 2-time world champion. 2 other world championship fights on the card, and plenty more to be announced live on Dazn, March 26th. Do not miss it. Ladies and gentlemen, all the fighters, and Kiko Martinez and Josh Warrington. Thank you for coming.